Hello guys, and welcome back to my first update video to my MF Spark build. So as you can see, I reached 125,000 DPS and 221 Rarity without buffed. And this is, pretty huge, and the maps feel like butter, and there's still some tweaks I can do, but I will tell you today what I did, and also I go into the points that I missed out in the last video and you guys told me to talk about. Okay, I made topics for this video. First about gems, then gear, the anointments, the passive skill tree, and the scaling potential. Again, this is a non-edit video. I will talk through this, so pause the video if you want to look at something close, or take a screenshot or repeat what I did. Okay, we start with the gems first, because in the last video I didn't talk about any of these and what I did. You have to remember that your skill Spark is your most damage skill. That means one level on this spell gives me currently like 30,000 extra damage. So just one level on your Spark is pretty important to improve your DPS. So if you haven't got like a wand with +4 or a focus with +2, by the way, +2 to all level of spell skills and lightning skills is basically the same. So don't, by the way, there's also a quick and short trading tutorial this video. I will make an in-depth one the next time. So keep that in mind for this video. I will show you how you can find really good items for a really cheap price, because I think a lot of you use the trade site, but none of you know how to use it correctly, and that's a bit offensive, but it's okay. You just have to learn how to do it, and then you should be pretty fine with it. Okay, let's get back to the gems. Okay, so first you want to equip a staff with the sigil of power. I call it the Siglinde. So if with Siglinde you have the ability to place down like a huge circle like this, and if you start casting here, you will get stacks. You see it on the top left. Now you have 4 stacks, and if we look now my damage, it's 195k. So it basically boosts up your damage for like 50% or so. And I equipped for mine the ingenuity. Supported skill have 30% increased cooldown recovery rate. Means I only have like 7 or 8 seconds cooldown on it. That's pretty convenient, so you can place down and move them around quicker. Then I have persistence. Supported skills have 40% more skill effect duration. That means that this just will last for longer, and this is pretty good. So because when you do like simulacrum or boss fights, you don't have to worry about that your high damage increase with the Siglinde will drop down too early and you miss out DPS. And for the last one, I have magnified effect. You can put it on a different gem as well. I put it here because I like the bigger area. And now in Germany we call it Schreibbereitschaft. Take notice here. So if you look down here, there's some options you can tick. It says used with weapon set, and then you can equip, and then you can select the weapon set with which one your skill will be used. So because when this is turned off, I can show you like this. My spark is gone. Great. Yes. My problem was that I equip it on both. Yes. Okay. And now, when I place down this and then start casting, and and then I want start casting, you see what happens? I still got the staff. And if you see, the staff has like garbage. There's nothing on it. It's just for the skill. And this happens because if you don't tick, and also you see the damage go down drastically, you have to tick the right weapon set you want to use the skill with. So then when you use the skill and then use your main skill, you automatically swap your weapons, and this is a pretty huge improvement to your playstyle and how you feel like the character is playing. Also, you don't have to remember what is your weapon swap and maybe mess it up, because now all the time you will swap the weapon. That's pretty huge. Keep that in mind. Okay, then for Spark, my current setup is Considered Casting, Arcane Tempo, Controlled Destruction, Acceleration, and Inspiration. This is my main DPS setup. You think, okay, why he's not running Pierce in maps? Okay, I don't run Pierce because I use Controlled Destruction. It gives me like a shit ton of damage. I can show you. Just let me refund one of these to Dexterity. All right. And then I can show you. You see, it's like 20k of damage lost because I use Pierce. So Pierce is good in the early game if you just have like a 4 link and not the 5 link yet. Not many skill points, so you can clear the map more often. There's something you have to know. There's an order how things get applied in Path of Exile 2 and 1. So if you pierce an enemy, this piercing this piercing shot then cannot chain. But if you chain, you can pierce. There's an order. You can look that up on the wiki as well, and it also says it when you equip chain. I talk about chain later because I'm using chain. But Pierce is pretty good for like for your maps and breaches and stuff like this. It has a great AoE potential, but it's missing out some of DPS, and also you shouldn't equip it for bosses. For bosses, you should always go this setup, but I can run this setup also in maps without any hesitation at all. Yeah. Then your next two main damage sources are Orb of Storm and Flame Wall, because you have to remember, if you don't got like 150 divines into your build like I did, like I have, you basically don't have the convenient to say, okay, I just run Spark for the whole map and everything dies. You have to place down your Orb of Storm and your Flame Wall to actually raise up your damage even higher, because this applies lightning exposure and also shocks the enemies, and this gives you like extra on hit with fire to your projectiles. And also it looks pretty cool when the screen is like with also with this red sparks over here. That's pretty cool also. So keep that in mind. If you don't have the gear or the DPS, you have to use all of your skills to actually get the most out of it. And if you don't want to do that, you have to go some maps down so you can AFK with your spark. Okay, for the gems here, I use for Orb of Storms, I use Construction, Strip Away, Font of Mana, and Lightning Exposure. You can copy that. That's pretty insane, and I think 5 link is necessary for this. It's okay. So for Flame Wall, you you use a Spell Cascade and Fortress. This basically makes like you have 3 rings, and it's a circle. You don't have to worry about the damage from this, because this is not your damage source. Your spark is your damage source, and you boost your spark with this. It's just a support thing. And yes, 1 second. Okay, then you have like a debuff. Conductivity. sorry when I misspelled it. And on this you just run High-Tended Curse, because yeah, it just makes it stronger, and you use it just on huge strong bosses or on big rare monster that you're not able to fight to one shot, or yeah, shred down in 1 or 2 seconds. Then ignore this. You have Archmage, and you just put a lightning mastery into this, because Archmage is one of your main damage source, and 1 level to this yeah, gives like huge benefit, and it's just worth it. And yeah, I talked about the spark, how much one gem will do. I will put this out. You see, it's 139k. Currently, it's a 40k, 14k improvement. It's crazy. And on this, it makes your channeling spell cost a bit lower. So then you don't use Mana Tempest, because I mean you can, but then you have like basically 0 mana at all, and it's a nice damage boost, but you get like only 4 to 5 sparks out of it. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. You can try, but it's just a mana eater. And then for the last, we have Grim Feast with Clarity. And because you're running Clarity, you don't necessarily have to run Clarity. Mana regeneration, it's like a lot of you, I think, play like this. You see what I mean? But I play like this. You see what I mean? If you just holding down the button and casting, yeah, you're getting because you don't have the convenient to have like 1k or 1.2k mana regen. You have to settle things down, and you have to adjust your playstyle. And playstyle for Spark is like you have to play rapid fire cannon. So that means you press down your W, and then you press down left mouse button in a perfect sync to your actual cast speed, and you see I'm not getting I'm not getting and I can click faster as well if I want to, but you have to get the right rhythmus down for this. So yeah, I don't know. You see what I did? It's not hard. Just do it, and you see that you first clear your maps even faster. Second, die less. Third, have more mana. And fourth, yeah, you look just cool. And why you want to play like this? Why you want to play like this in maps? What is the benefit? This is way cooler. Just do this. And it gives you so much more clear speed in all of it. Yeah. Try it out and thank me later. Okay. Then, yeah, what is Grimfeast doing? Basically, you can overcap your energy shield. So I can have like 11k of energy shield with my 5k mana. So I'm effective. I have 16k effective HP pool, and that's pretty massive at this point. Also, because I'm running this, I can say, and because of my playstyle and why I'm and running this, I can say, okay, I don't need that much resistance. You have to be, yeah, you have to make decisions. Mine was to have like exactly 0 lightning resistance, and this is something that annoys me a lot. But I have some of fire and cold, and this is improvement that you can buy with like 40 to 50 divine a piece, where you can then also cap your resistance. So it's nothing for the beginning at all. And also, yeah, I'm running magicfind, and I have a lot of EHP, so I don't care if I have like 0 lightning resistance. I can take 1 hit and then just dodge roll out. Bam. This dodge roll is pretty cool, and you have to use it a lot more if you don't do this. It can help a lot in situation, because you get untargetable when you do it. Okay, let's get back. This was all for the skill gems. So let me just respec my skill tree so I don't have like the one dex node running around there for no reason. Okay. So the next point was the gear, what I improved to my gear, and how you get rarity on it, and how you can improve your DPS, because I think that's something where a lot of you guys struggle with currently. Okay, in terms of gear, what I did was, oh god, what was my character window here? Okay, first of all, I didn't swap my wand, but I swapped my focus. You see, my focus has 62% increased lightning damage. This is massive because Schreibbereitschaft, lightning damage is the same as spell damage. Yes, it is. Also, spell damage is the same as fire damage if you don't know. And I guess a lot of people you don't know. And it's okay. I'll show you something. Because when you, this is also like the quick trade explanation I want to do. You go over here, type filters, then you type in like a focus, like this, and nothing else. We're going down. This comes later. Then we go to stat filter. So first we want energy shield. So energy shield, and we want maximum energy shield. Then what we want is mana. Then what we want is spell skills. You have to know on the focus you only can have plus spell skills and not plus lightning skills. You can only have that on the wand. On maybe other pieces, but I currently don't know. It doesn't matter for this now, for this sense here. I keep going. And then you also want cast speed. And this is like the main thing you want. And then a lot of you want like damage. And then a lot of you do the mistake and type it here. So you go over here and do like spell damage. But this is not correct if you do this, because then it only shows items with exactly those 5 modifiers on, and we don't want that. So we delete this and go to add stat group, and then we go on count and type in 1, and then we add spell damage and also lightning damage. Where is it? There. Oh, it was the wrong one. Sorry. Lightning. Where is it? Lightning damage, because it's basically the same. And then I'll show you first. If we just look for spell damage, sorry, I got a frog in my throat. We see we have like 470 searches found for matches, and then when we add like the second one, we see that we have like the double amount of matches. Imagine that you can choose about of 800 items perfectly for you. Okay, we have to adjust the search now, but that was the first. If you start searching, you want to look at the match count. So if the match count is too high, you have to adjust your search. And also, don't be too greedy with your search. Start low and then look through some items and see, okay, they have that much or that much, and this costs that, and then you keep improving your search. So first, the main thing you want is +2. So we go over this, and then look at this. It's like the half of the search. Perfect. And then we say, okay, we want like 50 energy shield, we want around 60 mana, and around maybe 14 attack speed, and around 20 spell damage or 20 lightning damage. Then we search and we found 68 results. Look at this. And then you guess, oh my gosh, 2 divines, what should I do? It's so expensive. Guess what? You can filter for just exalted listed items. And look at this. There is one listed for 160 exalt, which is 1.5 divine currently, and it has cast speed, spell damage, you can ignore this, mana, increased spell damage, and maximum energy shield. So this is a pretty good focus for the start. And a lot of people don't see this because they get just distracted by the amounts of items that get listed by divines. And I think that's also a problem by the trading website itself. They have to fix it, that it not happen that like an item that's cheaper than 2 divine, it's not listed at first, and you have to do like this workaround. And like I said, a lot of people don't know this, and then they overpay for things, and then they want to resell it, and the whole market is just fucked. And one thing I also want to say, there are not bots listing all of this stuff, they are price fixing all of this stuff. There is a lot of bots, they want to sell the currency because it's a big market, but a lot of them are really just want to price fix all of this stuff. And this is the only problem. So that's why you don't get response. That's why you see like 50 items listed for one fucking exalt, and you can't buy them because they push the price so low they can rebuy it and then sell it for like 200, 300 multiplier for the original price, because you guys don't know. And like, look at this. If you go over here and use the trading tool that I'm using, look at this. All of there are so many listed for like 2 to 5. Okay, maybe that's not the right thing. We can look at breach rings. Just 1 second. I will show you something. Where is one breach ring? Okay, just look at this breach ring. So it's item level 82, and those selling for like 5 to 7x a piece. And if you look those up, you don't know how to search them. Like, you want basically them to be normal, but for this it's okay. And if you look like for 82, you see, oh, they all listed for 1 exalt. But imagine if this item, I need a white one to actually show you. Do we have a white one? Okay, no, I can, yeah, let's do this. So if you have this trade tool, like the PoE overlay tool, you can just press Control and left click, and then it will open the search for you in the browser. And you should always do that. And then I will just look for a breach ring, and it has to be normal and item level 82. If I look for those, you see listed for 1 exalt, 2 exalt, 5, 5, 5, 5, and then 1 divine, 1 divine. But they are listed over 3, almost 4,000 of them, and they sell them for much more than this. And it's just insane. And this is why people, like, buy shit items and don't find the correct items, because of this scrap. And you always have to do buyout price exalt first before you check for divine. Always check for the exalts first, and then you see, they're going up to 10 exalt, stuff like this. But also a big problem, if you you see it now, but when you're in game and you do like this price check over here, and you look this and you see, oh, it's not worth it, and then you're gonna list it for 1 exalt, and guess what? Yeah, they did their job, and then they buy your item for way cheaper and sell it for much more. And this is how currency flipping is working. But this is a pretty pathetic way to just dump the prices down, price fixing. It's okay, let's keep going. I wanted to show you the search. Okay, and then we found like this really good focus over here. And if we compare, and also it has a free socket, so you can choose between energy shield or maximum mana. It's up to you. And then if we compare those, you see it actually is it's not that good as mine. It doesn't matter but it's worth his price. So you get the cast speed, you get the mana, you get the spell damage, which is the same as the lightning damage, and the energy shield and stuff. So it's 126 energy shield. That's pretty huge. Shouldn't that boost my damage a lot? You know what? If someone sees the video and wants to buy this, I don't buy this and want to resell it. The first one who buys this gets it. Okay? It's a really good item, I think. Okay, so, and that's for the search, how you can look for look for good items, and also get more responses for your search. And what I did also, after improving my focus with the lightning damage, I also dropped myself an ingenuity belt, and I got the 72% increased bonuses gained from equipped rings, and then I upgraded just my rings. Guess that. It's so easy. I just upgraded my rings, so I have like the mana regeneration on them, the increased cast speed, the rarity, and the mana. And if you want to see how much this ring does, it's 20k damage for me. One ring. This is even more damage, but it's 20k damage for each ring. And that's why I improved them first. Also, I divined my chest, and I divined my wand, and I divined my belt. So I get higher rolls on it, and that's why I'm at this sweet 125k damage. And how you can apply rarity to your build is, first, there's a few stats you have to focus on first. It's you want mana and you want rarity on, and energy shield, because energy shield is your defense. If you don't have resistance, you need more energy shield. So you can compare this a bit, but you're not allowed to have minus resistance. And if you look at my gear pieces, also it's like I have my mana, my energy shield, and my rarity on. And in the best case, I'll also have a resistance on, like on my gloves and on my helmet and on my boots. But if you want to have like a second resistance on it, and don't want to lose like the rarity or energy shield or movement speed, stuff like this, you have to pay really, really much for those items. But you can find cheap magicfind items in the early states, also on the trade market, if you just know how to search. So first of all, you want the energy shield, the mana, the rarity, and in the best case, like 2 resistance. And you see, yes, they are quite expensive. And if we open the search, you see, that's the only one listed. But now we know better. So we ticked off the lightning and the cold resistance, add to stat group, count, and do like first one. And then we add all of the resistance we want. We want fire, we want not fire again, we want cold, we want lightning. And then we say, at least 20. Okay, and then we say, okay, 170 mana, it's a bit high. I can be fine for good boots with 100 or so, or gloves. And then energy shield, let's start with 50. And rarity, let's go with 20. And then if we look, we find items with magic found. They are similar to mine for 6 exalts. And this is a pretty good base. This is a pretty good base. Let me buy this. Okay. We found something. Maybe improvement for me. This wasn't planned, by the way. Is he selling this? Oh, he's selling it. Oh gosh, he's selling it. And there are 2 modifiers free, when I saw it correctly. So when I'm lucky, I can hit a second resistance on it and can make a shit ton of money with it. But I have to double check. Okay. 60 energy shield, okay. It's a bit low on the energy shield. But okay. I try these. Maybe they get better, maybe not. We will see. Okay, by the way, if you don't notice that, you can just press F5 on your keyboard and you return to your hideout. Okay, then let's do quick 2 X-slams on this. Oh, we hit dexterity, and what in the world? Hold up. I don't know, but maybe they are worth like a couple divines. I don't know. I have to list them and find out. I do that right away. And now you see my wonderful stashes. Okay, I tried 3 divine. They should be worth it. Maybe. Okay, but let's continue. Sorry for the quick reaction here, but you have to be quick when you trade. And you see, like 11 minutes ago, maybe someone else want to buy these, and now I was the first, and maybe I can flip them to maybe 3 divines, and this is how I make currency in your world. Yeah, that's a little trick. Maybe some of you notice it and watch it until here. If you watch until here and saw this quick flip from me, then yeah, type in the comments I was here. Kappa lol. Okay, perfect. So now we see we have a lot of items listed here, so we can go more in depth and see what we can find better. First of all, go from 1 to 2. And then we see, oh, okay, we're there. Then first thing we want to do, exalt, and there's nothing listed. That's okay. But they are also pretty expensive. So if you want double resistance, rarity, like mine, with energy shield and mana, you have to pay like 3 to 5 divines. It's just yeah, it's just it, and you have to deal with it if you want like good gloves, and they get even more expensive if the rarity goes up. They're pretty bad. They have pretty low mana and energy shield. High energy shield, high mana, life doesn't matter. Energy shield. Oh, they are crazy. Yeah, they are worth their price. You get so much energy shield from them, but you see like it's 20 div, but they are worth it. Okay. And then this was how you can apply rarity to it. And also it's your damage source. Mana is your damage source. Because for, let me find it. Hopefully I find it quickly. Yeah, see, you get 3 increased spell damage per 100 maximum mana. So if you can reach some bracket points like I did, the 5k or so, you can get a lot of damage. And also don't miss out intelligence. You have this increased lightning damage per 10 intelligence, and it's pretty huge to actually scale up your build. And just let me bring up my topics. Where we at? Yeah, rarity DPS. We're still here. And so if you want to upgrade your DPS, also energy shield, it's pretty good because you convert your maximum energy shield into mana. And I don't know which passive this was. It doesn't matter now. I'm talking way too long for this video. Let's keep going. And yeah, you're converting your energy shield into your mana, which gives you like tons of extra damage. So that's why I have like so much mana on my rings. This one could be improved as well, but yeah, it's enough for currently. It's about a 150 divine build I'm running here, and this is you see all of my gear pieces. They all have mana, energy shield, rarity, and then resistance. And on the rings, you want, in the best case, increased lightning damage and cast speed. And I dropped mana regeneration because I don't need it. Because of my playstyle I showed you earlier, I can drop mana regeneration and save like 20 divines on a ring because I don't need it. I don't need to do this. I can just do this and be fine. I have, when I'm running, I have 1k mana regen when I'm running. I mean, why do I want more on the ring? It's completely fine. And yes. Okay, then also DPS improvement is your gems. I leveled up and I was transforming my skill tree a bit. First big thing was I put off those 3 nodes here, the penetration, and then I put them into here, so I have chain. So I don't have to run pierce. I have chain now, and it's also pretty good. It gives me a lot more clear speed, and also it's not bad for boss fights as well, because it's not reducing your damage like Pierce does. And then yeah, you have to you can improve. And then I dropped like this wheel for the energy shield. I can go even higher with my energy shield if I would take those nodes here, but I'm greedy and I put off those 3 nodes. Then I remove the mana regen over here, and I remove the mana regen over here because I don't need it. I'm full mana every time. I'm not crying for mana, and so why I can have more damage instead of mana regeneration. Gosh. Okay, and then I dropped all of that into Touch of the Arcane currently, and another Jewel Socket. And this is, yeah, spell damage, cast speed, maximum energy shield. Yeah, it's just great, and around 4k increased damage. This is yeah, also good damage. And yeah, you can do this, but don't do this. I mean, I spend a lot of time tweaking things around for my build and try to get more skill points out of it, and I have like pretty much everything I want for the with my next level 95. I can probably just go this, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I forgot about the anointments for your amulet. If you don't notice, if you drop one of these distilled emotions, you can right click them and then it opens a window. Then if you put in an item and then 3 of those in a row, you see what you can get. It says life from death, recover 3% life from my kill, but you don't want that. I did some research on the tree for you guys to actually tell you what are the best anointments for the early game when you don't have too much currency for the lightning rod, because lightning rod is that what you really want to have on it, but it costs up to 10-12 divines. You need 2 isolations and 1 suffering, and they are pretty expensive. But what it does is your lightning damage is always lucky. And if we look up our damage count for, and also I'm losing DPS when I drop this, and I don't have energy shield anymore. And if we look our damage source, we have lightning damage, and you see it's from 2000 to 42,000. It's a huge range, and lightning rod is doing that. The number that you doing damage is always rolled twice if you not crit. I think, is it when you not crit? Let me check. It's, by the way, down here. Yeah, if you not crit, and that's also why we are running control destruction, because then our sparks never can crit, and we always have the lightning rod. And please don't buy items if you do this with critical spell damage or hit chance or something with crit. Don't buy anything with crit. We're not running a crit build currently because we don't have the currency to run a crit build. And if you do a crit build, yes, your spark damage will go higher, but it's only the game is in the early access and it's not calculated correctly. You can do the math by yourself. By the way, lucky, as I said, means when the number is rolled for the damage, it's get rolled twice, and the highest number will be applied. So you're always in the favor of dealing more damage. It's not showing up on the spark, but it's flat up 30% more damage, not increased. It's more damage, and you have to know more is always applied at the end, and increased it's just stacking. If you're getting 10% increased damage, you have 110% damage. If you're getting 10% more damage at 100%, it doesn't matter, but you get 10% from the base stat, and the 10% is not just added on top. And it's always better to have more than increased damage. That's also why we are running this. It's more damage, more Schaden, more besser. And this is basically it for the anointments and the skill tree. What I changed, I told you what I put out. You have to trick it by yourself. If you're dying too often or have too less energy shield, you you can't be that greedy as me and go for like this insane damage build. Like I said, I do the maps like butter. It's crazy, and it's also fun. The anointments you can do in the early game. You can find them over here. It's firstly this. You get cast speed, increased mana regeneration, and intelligence. And if you don't know how to get this or what distills are needed, just press Alt on the keyboard, and then it shows. You need the fear, the envy, and the paranoia. They're pretty cheap, and as I said, intelligence is damage. Mana regeneration in the early game, you can need it, of course, and you get cast speed. It's also damage. It's pretty good. And the next thing you can also try if you want, if you really have like mana issues or so, you can do considered casting. Just if you want more damage, you go to first. If you want more sustain or so, you can do this, and they are from the cost basic. This is much cheaper than the other one, but it's okay. Those are the two that I found for you. Also, you can do some energy shield and all big nodes. Just press Alt if you like it, and then you see how to anoint it. So, and then I talked about the passive skill tree, the anointments, and the scaling potential. Yeah, scaling potential levels is a huge scaling factor, because you can get like 10% from here, 3% cast speed, and in the end game, those little tweaks give you like a ton of damage in the output. Another improvements is like a 21 spark skill. They are currently bugged, so don't buy one, to actually boost up your spark to a next level. Then also a wand with +5 on it, and probably more mana and stuff like this. A better focus, better rings, ingenuity belt with a higher increased bonus, because 1% gives me like 2k damage or so. It's crazy how these percentage on the belt are working. And then for sure get more energy shield and more high mana item pieces. Also, you need a chest with spirit on to run Grim Feast, and that's also I can aim for a higher energy shield armor base as well. Also, the jewels can be improved a lot, because I'm missing out of one modifier on each jewel currently, and they're not even maxed with cast speed. So there's also a big improvement that I can do with that. And also, you guys, if you don't have some of these equipped, go and get some. And then getting more spell level and more mana on the gear to actually boost the damage, and then later on maybe try a dream fragment, something like this. I think that's all. And also, holy fucking crap, this is a way too long video. I don't know who's gonna watching that, but if you come to this point, hey, come to my stream and ask me any question you want. Feel free. I hope this is more in depth, and you get a lot more out of this than the last one, and I will update you with the next improvements in the future when I get some more upgrades. Yeah, hey, thanks for watching. I need some water now, and see you on the maps. Bye.